4 minutes, 41 seconds left to play here in quarter number one. Virginia Tech holding on to a 2-point lead over their arch rival, the Virginia Cavaliers. Right before we broke, Brianna Hurd was fouled by Rose Mishaw, and that will send the freshman to the line to shoot 2 free throws, Rob, and she has a chance to do something that the Cavaliers have not done since January 2nd, and that is score just one singular bench point. 0 the last 2 for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, how incredible is that? The fact she is quite literally a chance to just score a point to basically break a bad streak for the Cavaliers from the line. And it's interesting because it's not like they haven't necessarily given Hurd minutes. She's just not someone they expect to score the ball.
First free throw from Hurd is up, and this one falls. And we talked about it in the open, a UVA team kind of played with some injuries here and there, but they only play 7 players, and we've seen all 7 already.
Yeah, you're basically not going to expect anyone new to check into this game unless there's something drastic that happens.
Hurd makes both of her free throws. We're tied up at 13 apiece. Mackenzie Nelson crosses the timeline. Virginia Tech moves the ball right to left. Eck in the left corner. UVA shows the zone defense. Eck, Chester to Mackenzie Nelson in the right corner. Back to Eck straight away. Down to 15 to shoot for the Hokies. Right corner, Baker makes a move before bouncing right back to Mackenzie Nelson. Wenzel taking her time, being met with a double team of the Cavaliers. Chester to Baker, one more left corner 3 from Eck. Bingo! Matilda Eck with the triple, and the Hokies lead it by 3 with 4 minutes to play in the first quarter.
I like the switch to the zone from Coach Mox because it seemed like the Hokies had kind of figured out the Cavaliers zone, but right there, beautiful play from Baker to Eck.
Johnson straight away, moves to her left to Olivia McGee. She'll try to drive inside before dishing out to Lattimore, who chucks up a 3 ball, and she can't connect. Offensive board, Riley Grace, second chance points is good for Riley Grace.
4 points for the bench of the Cavaliers already.
How about it? They still trail by 1. 3:40 to play before the quarter breaks. Carly Wenzel straight away. Just 2 points to her name. Wenzel along the ACC logo, being double teams. Throws out behind the arc to Wenzel. Bounce pass to Karis Baker. Throws up the corner 3 and connects. Karis Baker the triple, and it's 19-15 in favor of the Hokies.
I think that's going to force Mox out of the zone. Back-to-back threes is not something you want to give up, especially against this Virginia Tech offense.
7 points for Karis Baker. She leads the way for Virginia Tech. McGee pulls up from the free throw line. Can't connect, misses off the back iron. Carly Wenzel comes away with the defensive board. The Hokies move it right to left. In transition, Eck finds it way back to Wenzel straight away. Left corner 3, Nelson chucks it up. Too much on it, air ball. Defensive board grabbed by Lattimore and the Cavaliers. Storming down the court, Kimora Johnson along the right block. And contact called, offensive charge against Kimora Johnson. Carly Wenzel getting in legal guarding position, taking the contact, and we're going the other way.
Really well done there from Carly Wenzel, and it puts a foul on Kimora Johnson instead of Wenzel. Both players can get into foul trouble, so Carly Wenzel not picking up that foul is almost the bigger win for Virginia Tech over getting the possession.
Foul number 1 against Kimora Johnson, team foul number 3 against the Cavaliers. We talked about it in the open, Carly Wenzel needing to avoid that foul trouble. Saw a season low 17 minutes against Wake Forest on Sunday because, quite frankly, she got in foul trouble, Rob.
Yeah, when you pick up 2 fouls early, you're going to have to sit for a long time.
2:40 to play in quarter number 1. Hokies lead it by 4 points. Mackenzie Nelson, top of the key. Bounce pass to Baker along the free throw line. Dishing out Wenzel, left angle 3. Cash in 1! Carly Wenzel, give her the 3, and she goes to the line for the chance for 1 more.
A rare 4-point opportunity. You don't see that every day, ladies and gentlemen.
Carly Wenzel connects on the triple. Foul goes against Paris Clark. That will be her first personal foul, team foul number 4. And Rob, that was just a perfect swish, fighting off the contact too from Wenzel.
Yeah, and how about the 3-point shooting for Virginia Tech so far? They are 4 for 7 from behind the arc.
3 dribbles, Wenzel chucks it up. Misses off the iron. Scrum for the rebound, coming away with Noya and the Cavaliers. 2:30 to play before the quarter breaks. Hokies 22, Cavaliers 15. Lattimore driving inside, bounce pass to Clark in the left corner. She'll retreat out behind the arc. 2:20 to go before quarter 1 ends. Lattimore, top of the key, going to the left block, being guarded by Baker, spins around the world, chucks it up, and gets it to fall. 22-17, Hokies move quick right to left. Wenzel picks up her dribble. Nelson has it at the left angle. Chester goes just high of Lonnie White, out of play. Turnover will give the ball right back to the Cavaliers.
Seemed like a miscommunication there. I think Mackenzie Nelson thought Lonnie White was going to come up to the top of the arc, but Lonnie White cut inside to the paint instead, and that ball was basically thrown to no man's land.
2 minutes to play here in quarter number one. Hokies 22, Wahoo 17. Kamora Johnson has it top of the key, being guarded by Mackenzie Nelson. Noya retreating out behind the arc before chesting it out over to Kamora Johnson at the free throw line, extended. Down to 10 to shoot for the Cavaliers. Lattimore passing through some contact to McGee. The sophomore trying to get to the hoop. Thrown over to Johnson. Reverse layup, and this one falls. Kamora Johnson has 5 points to tie the team high. The Cavaliers trail it by 3. 90 ticks to go before the quarter breaks. Wenzel being guarded tightly by Cassie Valente-Pai. Baker, left angle 3. Misses off the back iron. Kale Peterson fighting for the rebound. She can't come away with it. It's Latasha Lattimore and the Cavaliers who move it left to right. Johnson chest pass on over to Valente-Pai, a graduate student from Australia, transfer from Long Beach State. Guarded by Wenzel. Ball knocked around. Kale Peterson on the ground to fight for it. Pass to Lonnie White, fights off contact. Hokies have it in the final minute, and she's pickpocketed from behind. Valente-Pai gets up and able to force the steal. Under a minute here in quarter number one. Hokies 22, Cavaliers 19. Johnson, pass over to Valente-Pai in the left corner. Drives inside, draws the foul, throws it up, and it rattles in and out. So Valente-Pai will go to the line to shoot 2 after Garris Baker charged for the block. That will be Baker's first personal foul, team foul number 2.
Braden, we talked about the turnovers in the open, and so far 3 turnovers for both sides. It's not as bad as it could be, but it's in a situation like there where both teams kind of have an open basket, but they turn it over in the transition.
And that was just a scrum on both ends. You had Kale Peterson on the floor to get it. She comes away with it, throws the ball kind of into some traffic. Lonnie White couldn't come away with it. Valente-Pai knocks it loose. A late sub from the Cavaliers, but it will send the graduate student Casey Valente-Pai to the free throw line. Transfer from Long Beach State, started 32 of 33 games a year ago for the Beach. Throws the first one up, and this one swirls home. It's 22-20. Started her career with the University of Buffalo, played 2 years with the Bulls on her 3rd stop of her collegiate career.
She spent time with a ACC standout last season, Deasia Fair.
Great call, 22-20. Second free throws up is good. It's 22-21, 46.1 seconds to play before the quarter breaks. Hokies moving across the timeline with Mackenzie Nelson. Carly Wenzel on the bench. Misha has it top of the key. Down to 15 to shoot. Hands off to Eck, and she goes up for it and just loses the basketball as Latasha Lattimore comes away with it. Shot clock has faded dark. 25 ticks to play before the quarter breaks. Kamora Johnson taking her time along the center circle. Lonnie White gives her plenty of room as the game clock moves down to 15 ticks. Hokies lead it by 1. Johnson just dribbling, left hand to right hand. 10 seconds to go. Chester to Latasha Lattimore in the free throw line. Off the screen, off the glass, puts too much on it, can't get it. Peterson gets the rebound. Eck, bouncer to Mackenzie Nelson, and she gets one more pass, but the buzzer will sound, and that will take us to the end of the first quarter. Boy, it's been a good first 10 minutes here in the Commonwealth Clash. Hokies 22, Virginia Cavaliers 21. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more women's college basketball action on the backside of this break.